Hello there, this is Cindy at cindybdesigns.com. Thank you for joining me today. I have a very small haul for you from the 2025 holiday catalog. And then later on this week, I will have our September release of online exclusives. There's going to be Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas in that as well too, because we're moving over to that spectrum of things in the year. So today is August 10th, and happy 27th birthday to my baby girl, Bailey. For this month's paper pumpkin kit, it's going to coordinate with this here. And this is the Autumn 12 Sweet Collection. And if you're not already a subscriber, it's too late to pick up the kit that coordinates with this. However, when I do my alternatives, probably next week, depending on when I get the kit, I might sneak on Saturday, just who knows. Like I said, it coordinates beautifully with this, and you'll want to pick it up. And I hope that you have, or you'll want to pick it up if you do have that paper pumpkin subscription. Either way, you're going to love this. But if you don't have it, leave a comment on my alternative video, and then I'll send you your own paper pumpkin kit, because I do a monthly drawing for that. So let's get started. I only picked up 3 things from this catalog. They're all sweet collections, but I have big ideas. So this is the Autumn 12 Sweet Collection, and it's a large one. Like large, you get, these huge dies. And I'll be doing some concept art cards for you that you'll see in a couple days from all of these. And then the same thing with the online exclusives. And then you get this die collection here. They're big dies, okay? Okay, I'm taking a peek to see if you can see them. And I think you can. Okay, down towards this way. Okay, now I can see them, right? Okay, these are the stamp sets, and they're cling mount. And you can just see how big the images are. I really like that pumpkin there. And these trees, there's just a ton of amazing things that you can do with it. Lots of coloring. This is a nice line art set. So we have Amber Autumn and Amber Trees. Those are the dies. The colors in this sweet collection are, hold on for a minute. Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, Gray Granite, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, and Very Vanilla. So you get these 3 earth tone metallic sheets with this sweet collection. And I'm moving everything over to my left, so I gotta keep it straight. Now, with this paper here, you get 1, 2, 3. You get 3 sheets of each piece of designer series paper, which is weird, but it happens every now and then. So this is the flip side. You got this side and this side. And then we have that. And then 2 of the pumpkin. And, don't hesitate to take blender pens or whatever and just, fill in that a little bit. Then we have that and these 2. And be sure, there's going to be dies, okay, that you can coordinate to cut out the designer series paper like there always is. And when I do my concept art cards, I'll show you that. And then we have this along with these 2. This is just such a beautiful sweet collection. And I wanted to do this video for you before I started tearing everything up, like cutting into it and things like that, so that way you can see it in its entirety. Also with this sweet collection comes, you get these cute little, well, what are they? Streak dots. And I just like the look of them. They're different than normal. And then we have this Autumn 12 ribbon here. And it's not too bad to tie or anything like that. It's just a little bit stiff. Okay, this sounds really funky. You know what this reminds me of? When you go get a blood test or something, and they take the needle out, and they put a cotton ball over it, and then they take this, wrap it around. This is what this reminds me of. And I know that's a bad comparison, but you know what I mean. But if you just look at the texture of everything, that's the only thing I describe it as, is like some kind of medical Band-Aid. So I got 2 more sweet collections to show you. And these are more Christmas themed. Well, they are Christmas. This next one here is called North Pole Delivery. This is another big sweet collection. You get this great fluffy trim here. You know, you can always pull it apart and do whatever you have to do with it. And then you get these cute little dots. And then another great line art stamp set. We have a stamp set right now. I have a Dachshund that has another Dachshund in it, but I didn't pick it up, which would coordinate great with that. And, you know, you have like your little animals there, your bear, very pet oriented, but it gets way better too. The little mailbox and envelopes there, just super cute. And this is photopolymer. You get, okay, all these dies are going to, you know, cut everything out. Now remember, solid dies, okay, they're standalone. But check this out. You get this huge envelope. I can't wait to have so much fun with this because it's postage themed, okay? So you get all those die cuts. Now, one thing that I'm definitely bringing in pretty much, I'm going to keep this out of my desk with this. If you don't have these perennial postage dies that carried over from last year, pick them up because this is North Pole Delivery and we have all those postal images right there, especially that. And they'll start flying off the shelves when people put 2 and 2 together. It's like, hey, this coordinates beautifully with this. So the colors in this are basic black, Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Flirty Flamingo, lots of colors. Garden Green, Gray Granite, Pecan Pie, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, and Very Vanilla. Now, 12 by 12, you get 2 of these sheets, and they're not the same either. Now it's like all these little, they're not stickers. It's like ephemera. Okay, they're just punch out. And just all these cute little details here that you can make some great scrapbook pages with. Anything 3D, Christmas cards, tags, you name it. And then we have this, you know, big collection of letters over here. I mean, this one, it's my favorite, I think, in the mini catalog. When I get my online exclusives, you're going to love when it's like black and white and gold. And, oh, but like I said, I'll do a video for that. You're going to have the dies, remember, that cut out images. Let me check about that truck. No, not the truck. But, I mean, it's easy enough to fussy cut out. And then here's the flip side of that piece of paper. And you can just see how that die would go great with everything. And then we have this here. And they're super cute. It's like kind of a doggy with a jester outfit on. All of these little envelopes, easy to fussy cut out. Just a great pattern right there. And then more envelopes you can fussy cut out or use for whatever you want to. And then we have that pool party cardstock. Now this one here, this is where you're going to yeah, we got that. Then I think we've got this little fox here. Maybe upside down. I'm not sure, I'll wing it. Let's see. That probably went to something over there. But, you know, once we start taking this apart and I'm creating projects with it, we'll dive into it much, much deeper. So we have that. And then, again, more of these little mailboxes. And let me see if this one, it does. And then, like this scenery piece of designer series paper right there. Super cute. Like I said, I just really wanted to show you what's in here before I start tearing it apart and having fun. So for our last sweet collection here, this one's super traditional. and it is called Traditions of Christmas. So you get this real red ribbon with it, and looks like about 1/2 inch thick. And these cute little sparkle gems in there. Yeah, 4 colors. Then you get this embossing folder. It's like a wreath embossing folder. Imagine you watercoloring that, painting it, whatever you want to do. And I'll have some good, samples for you. Big Sweet Collection, 2 stamp sets. You get Christmas greenery, great line art. And then all of these cute little sayings there. The sentiments that you can cut out with these great die cuts. And I love those shapes. Now, the die cuts that we had last year like this, they did carry over. So I think this is something that, I'm going to hang on to because they're staples and I like that kind of stuff. And this is photopolymer, and it'll fit in there just fine. And then for this Christmas greenery, you have some nice big standalone dies there, really big ones. And we have this, and this will also cut out designer series paper that you'll see in a minute. So will this too. And we have dies to cut out pretty much everything in this. And the colors in this are Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, Pool Party, Real Red, Secret Sea, and Gold. Okay, so I'm just going to start from bottom. There we have Secret Sea, which I really love this color. It's like my go-to black anymore. Will that die cut out that one there? No, it's the one with a bow. And then the larger one. Then we have this here. Okay, this die cut, I hope you can see it. No. This die cut will cut out that. Then we have another piece. I like the stripes and the polka dots when you have solid paper like that. Let's see if this will cut out. And we have a winner. And then there is the flip side of that. I think you might be able to get one of the small flowers out of that. I'm not sure, because like I said, I haven't played with it yet, but I will. And then we have this piece. And I love these patterns. This great piece of designer series paper right there. It really accentuates the gold. And then kind of this plaidish, and that for Traditions of Christmas. So thank you for joining me today. Stop by in a couple days, where awesome concept art cards and other things for you. And we'll focus on that this week, plus the new releases for September of online exclusives. And, get into this season here. So have a great day. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and always feel free to leave a comment.